Good evening students, welcome back. In this video we are going to read about the first chapter of history from 8th class, that is how, when and where. When we heard about history, we will recall some words in our mind. What are the words? Some important dates, some important places, some important wars, some important persons, some important treaties. All these words we will recall in our mind. Then what is the need to read about history? If by reading history we will know what is our culture, how the things are happened in history, which type of habits are there in history. We will know all these things. Okay, right. First of all, what is history? History is about changes that occur over time. In simple definition, what is history? History is nothing but our past. Okay, and it is about finding out how things were in the past and how things have changed. Okay, today also we are finding so many changes in our society. The past habits which you saw, those are all comes under in history only. And history is about processes and things that happened over a period of time. Here, for example, in the past, kings are ruled, but nowadays, all countries they become democratic countries. They have a particular form of governments. This is a process, and how like this, their governing rule is changed. Okay, if you got question write about history, then you have to be write these 3 points. Okay, history is about changes that occur over time and finding out how the things were changed from past to present. Okay, next, our Indian history is divided into 3 parts. What are the 3 parts? These are the 3 parts, that is ancient history and medieval history and modern history. Why we divided history into various parts? Why? Because by dividing history into parts, we will know about the characteristics of the time and the central features. In the ancient history, how the peoples are lived, what are the food habits, which type of houses are there, and which type of farming system is there, and how these things are changed into medieval and history and modern history we can know by reading history. Okay, here mainly Indian history is divided into 3 types: ancient history, medieval history and modern history. In 6th class and 7th class you read about ancient history, the Indus Valley civilization, and you read about Buddhism, Jainism, and that Maurya dynasty. That's all comes under in ancient history. And in 7th class you read about medieval history. In this medieval history, who will come? Sultans, Delhi Sultans and Mughals, Rashtrakutas, Guptas. These are all comes under in medieval history. In modern history, Britishers, they will come. We will read about Britishers in the modern history. Here we are in this chapter we are going to read about some important dates. Okay, which dates? In your textbook you given about the Plassey War and Boxer War, which was occur in between Robert Clive and Siraj-ud-Dowla. Okay. After complete of this war, Britishers started ruling to India. Okay, the Britishers, when they are started ruling in India, the first Governor General of British was Warren Hastings, and the last Viceroy is Lord Mountbatten. In this time period, what was happened, and which historical things are occurred, we are all going to read. Okay, here we have to be remember about Warren Hastings, who is the first Governor General of India, that is Warren Hastings, and the last Viceroy is Mountbatten. Okay, here I am telling about telling some important points only for your revision purpose. Okay, and our history is divided into three types. Already I told: ancient history, medieval history, and modern history. But according to James Mill, he divided Indian history into three parts in the year of 1817. He wrote one book. The book name is A History of British India. What is the book name? A History of British India. This book was written by the James Mill in the year of 1917. Very, very important. And in his book, he divided Indian history into three parts. That is Hindu history, Muslim history, and British history. Okay, remember this book name, that person name, that year, and the parts. Okay, right. Next one. Why do we try to divide history into different parts? Already I told. By dividing history, we should know about some characteristics of ancient peoples. Which type of ruling system is there? Which type of food habits are there? Which type of clothes they own? Okay, these all things we know about by reading history. Okay, in British history, the one important word is there, that is colonial. What is colonial? India is a colonial country for Britishers. Why we call India is a colonial country for Britishers? Why? Because Britishers, they occupied our India and they started ruling here. Okay, when one country subjugation or controlled by another country, the controlled country is called as a colonial country. For example, here India is controlled by the Britishers, UK. Here India is called as a colonial country for whom? For Britishers. Okay, this colonial, it leads to some changes. What are the changes? Some political changes, some economical changes, some social changes, some cultural changes. These all changes will be occur due to colonization. Today in our India, we are observing some modern culture here. Our dressing sense is changed, our food habit also changed, and the way of lifestyle also changed because of colonialism. Okay, they are showing or they are impacting on us, right? Okay, this is about colonial. And How do we know history? To know history, we need some things. What are the some things? To know about history, we need manuscripts, we need about inscriptions, and we have to be read some books which was written in the past, and by kinds, by things which are used by past peoples, we will know some kind of history. Here also we are knowing about British history. How we are knowing about British history? In the British administration, some peoples, they are written their books, their autobiographies, and they are preserved these documents at one place. Where these documents or where these manuscripts, where these important books will be preserved, that place called as a archives. What is archives? Archives is one type of library. Here some important historical books will be preserved, and a museum. In this museum, they preserve things, the things which are used by the kings, or the things which are used in the in history, they will preserve here. By seeing or by reading these things, we will know about our history. Okay, this is about how we know our history. Next one, surveys. Very important topic, surveys. Okay, after Britishers came to India, they started a survey our India to know the country and for effective administration. When they know about that, when they know about our country, when they know about the places and the weather conditions, then only they can administrate effectively. For example, you are going a trip. Before going a trip or any place, you will inquire about that place, which type of historical places are there. You will search about those things, and then only you will decide to go there. Like that, these Britishers also in 19th century, they done so many surveys. In 7th class, we read about Al Idris. He draw the India map, north side to north, south side to northern side, and north side to south side. After doing so many surveys, we got a particular India map. Okay, like that, they done surveys for to know about flora, fauna. What is flora? Which type of plantation is there? Which type of animals are there? And soil quality. To check the quality of soil and cropping system or cropping pattern, and the availability of resource to establish industries. They done surveys for all these things, and then they started establish industries, and they started administration. In the 19th century, first time, Lord Mayo, in the year of 1881, complete census operation is done by the Lord Mayo. What they will do in this census operation? They will count the peoples of that country. Why they are counting the population of the country? Why? Because it is easy to administrate. Okay, the first time in the 1881, Lord Mayo conducted census, complete census. Okay, this is about surveys. Very important question. They will give question in your exam. Write about surveys. You have to be write all these things. Okay, right. Already I told how we will know about our history by reading diaries, which was written by the peoples, and accounts of pilgrims and travelers, autobiographies, some popular books, some newspapers. By reading all these things, we shall know about our history. Okay, this is a small revision video for your exam. Just watch it and note down the important points. Okay, right now. Thank you.